Let's look at the careers without now of both young men.
25-year-old Quincy Taylor normally makes short work of his opponents. 9 of 10 have fallen within 3 rounds. Against Mario Davis, he landed his usual strong shots, but Davis hung in there. The hard-punching southpaw banged away to the body and the head for a unanimous decision win. And it's one he would love to duplicate tonight against Terry Norris. Terry is also a knockout artist with 11 KOs and 16 wins. He stopped Eddie Nevlin on a TKO last year. He showed his power and hand speed early. Then in the 6th round, he cut Nevlin with a good right hand, and this would end the fight. But his overzealous approach cost him a win last November against Joe Walker. He knocked Walker down, then hit him with the right while he was on the mat. He would lose on a disqualification. He hopes to confine his fury to the legal limits tonight and step into contention as a junior middleweight.
Okay, all the keys.
How can these men achieve victory? I think Norris, the right hand, a big, important weapon for him. I think he needs to set a fast pace early to really let Taylor know he can deal with him. Taylor got to keep his hands up and combinations. He's a good combination puncher when he remembers to use them.
All right, let's get the announcement now. Here's Stan Harris.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the main event of the evening, I'd like to introduce a gentleman who's in the ring with me now. The great 3-time champion of the world. Let's welcome Sugar Ray Leonard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, featuring 10 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division. The officials assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission are timekeepers Mike Lasella and Mike Moravito. Ringside physicians, Dr. Donald Romeo and Dr. Cliff Pomansky. Your judges, Art Lurie, Bill Graham, and Lou Cabot. And your referee is Carlos Padilla. Introducing in the red corner, weighing in at 155 pounds. He's undefeated with a record of 10-0 and 9 knockouts from Dallas, Texas, Quincy Taylor. In the blue corner, weighing in at 154 pounds with a record of 16-2 and 11 KOs from Campo, California, Terry Norris.
Okay, Norris, Taylor, you were given instructions earlier in the respective dressing rooms. You know the rules of boxing, avoid using any kinds of foul. Who's the chief seconds? Chief seconds? Okay. Okay, seconds come out fighting.
Quincy Taylor, apparently his opponent's corner, headed by Abel Sanchez. The trainer for Norris feels that Quincy is about to enter the big leagues tonight. And certainly, Taylor has not fought the caliber of opponent that Norris had, nor has he had as many professional fights. But what he has done has been mighty impressive. 10 wins, 9 knockouts.
And of course, for Terry Norris, there is the added intrigue of fighting a left-hander in Quincy Taylor.
Left-hander with extraordinary power in both hands.
Both these men can knock you out. Both quick-handed, though Norris might be a little bit quicker. And if you had to give an edge in body punching, it would, I think, go to Quincy Taylor.
Taylor 9 for 10, as we told you. Norris 11 for 16 in terms of knockouts among his victories. Taylor, going back to his pro career in '86, had a total of 10 bouts, a total of 20 rounds in professional boxing. He has ended the majority of his bouts inside 3. Norris has won his last trio bouts inside 3 as well. So you don't figure to settle down in your seat and get too comfortable with these two, do you?
By all rights, this should end before the limit. I mean, it should be a knockout, but you never know. There's Taylor going downstairs to the body, something that will be important for him.
But he surely must show Norris more respect than he has many of his recent opponents. And if he is to accomplish what he sets out to do, it may take him longer here, because I suspect, as you see now, he'd be a little more tentative against this caliber of opponent. Feel the things. Norris now hits with the right and a left. Padilla was ordering a break, but both punches got out.
Well, and that's a good example of what you talked about. Quincy Taylor can't just move in thinking he's going to nail Norris and get him out of there. It could happen, but he knows he's going to be facing that quick right hand when he comes in. And he tasted it a moment ago.
And Norris's best chance would be to pounce on him right here, because you got to feel that Taylor may have a little bit of butterflies against this guy, and he will only get more confident as it goes along.
Okay.
Caution for pushing off on the referee. 30 to go in the round. Scheduled for 10, but not likely to get there.
The counter right that Norris wants so badly to land in this bout.
He slipped down there. So they get acquainted here in round number 1.
You see the quick hands. Didn't do well against a charging Taylor. He didn't do that much of it in that first round, but that was a good example of what he wants to do.
These two once sparred when Quincy was still an amateur 2 years ago. This time it is for real and for a big step up in the career.
All right, we're starting to get to the important dramas of this fight. Quincy Taylor was wailing away against Norris, but he dropped his hands, and Norris nailed him with a couple of shots. When Quincy Taylor's in there punching the body, he has got to be careful about dropping those hands, and he's getting more fearless, and it might hurt him.
Most of Quincy's opponents haven't had the snap in their punch and come back at him like Norris has and is here.
Now, Taylor is throwing the combinations he wants to throw. It's very important for him.
Getting a decent jab off, not always following behind it, however, but establishing the jab nonetheless.
You know, Norris really, the more I'm looking at this, he really wants Taylor to come at him when Norris is on the rope. Terry Norris wants to see Taylor get low, try and punch his body so Terry can land a big counter shot. There's a good left hand by Norris.
Didn't get the right through, but now is coming up short with combinations, forcing Quincy to become a counter puncher and hang on. Terry's brother, Orland Norris, well-known heavyweight, has his dad, Orland Sr., in his corner with him. Quincy, of course, has got Sugar Ray. Good snapping right hand thrown by him. There's a minute to go in round 2.
And Terry Norris has a good right hand.
Yes, sir.
That's inside the ring. It's quite apparent that the hand speed of Terry Norris is giving some problems to Quincy Taylor.
Taylor goes to the body and pays for it with a combination back to the head from Norris. Inside 30 seconds of the second round.
Now, there was a wonderful opportunity for Taylor to dig to the body and maybe get an uppercut in. He didn't know how to do it. Norris covered up very well there. Those are opportunities Quincy Taylor should not miss.
He continues to learn. And this indeed a valuable learning opportunity for him against his toughest opponent, no question, in Terry Norris. They've come to the end of the second round. Let's pick up on what the corners are telling these young boxers. They sit Quincy down.
Don't let him put you to sleep, okay? What he's doing, he's moving around. Don't let him put you to sleep. You pick your pace up with his body, okay? Don't stand straight up. But don't let him lull you to sleep. That's what he's doing. He's messing around. He takes his move to the right. Lulls his knee. Then he goes. You maintain your pace, okay? You maintain your pace. Nothing straight back.
Let's go right there. Put pressure on, okay? Hands up.
Here's where Taylor, yes, he was standing straight up. and got nailed with the shot by Terry Norris. That's what Sugar Ray Leonard is trying to get him not to do.
Just stay low, keep your hands up.
Well, you don't listen to the words from Sugar Ray. Who would you listen to, I suppose?
Well, that's part of the reason why you get into his boxing club, I guess. He doesn't work with the fighters on a regular daily basis, but you have to assume if you're going to get in that club that it's valuable to have him in your corner because as a fighter, he's a good strategist.
And he has been in the corner of many of the bouts involving his stable that we have seen. Just to make it at all possible with these young men. But pretty soon, he's going to have to concentrate on training for Mr. Lalonde from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
That upcoming in his future. Right now, Terry Norris is a little too quick for Quincy Taylor.
Quincy by no means a plotter on his own right. Taylor with a heavy knockout ratio snaps the right arm.
And there you see that Taylor can punch. I think though, and we hit on it earlier, Terry Norris has just been in tougher so far in his career, and some of that is showing. That doesn't mean Quincy Taylor isn't going to win this fight, but it means that right now the experience level of Terry Norris is better, and it's paying dividends for him.
Having said that, Quincy, nonetheless, is a very heavy favorite in the sports book here. As a matter of fact, 12 out of 16 ringside reporters picked him to win this bout.
Really? That is interesting. I didn't know there was I knew he was a betting favorite. I didn't know the statistic about the reporters.
So it really does downgrade or overlook the tremendous experience factor and the talents of Terry Norris.
Well, any way you look at it, I think. I was surprised at the sports betting because this seemed like an even fight to me going in. Good shots by Quincy Taylor. Let's see what impact it has on Terry Norris.
He comes back well with both hands, takes another crushing left hand, though.
That left hand hurt him.
Sure did. He's buying time right now.
But you know what? Taylor has to be very careful. Coming in open, just like John Meekins got nailed, and so did Taylor. It happened.
Yep. Bingo. He got stung right there. So Norris schemedly counter-punching his way back.
Shades of last week with John Meekins.
Except Carlos Padilla's nowhere near except now the two fighters.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Quincy Taylor learned he may have Norris in trouble, but he's going to face a tough counter right hand there. Oh, what a round this has turned out to be.
And who's round so far?
And who do you give it to?
Well, that's why we have UV discovered.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot about that for a second.
An awesome responsibility in this third round. Between you and your partner, Dan Ormsby, keeping track of such things, we'll report right back to you. Fourth round. Let you know how this third one did turn out. It's dandy. Let's check now the corner of Terry Norris.
But when you take that step over, you got to come up. You got to come up firing. You're coming up, taking a step over, and you wait. That's why it's tying you up.
All right, good round, good round. Get your breath, get your breath. You all right?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Get a deep breath, get a deep breath. Get your oxygen in you, son. Not a boy. Not a boy.
Well, Terry Norris says he's okay, but he was rocked. Good straight left hand by Taylor. Later on, though, Taylor got a little overzealous. Terry Norris nailed him with some shots. That one at the tail end of a good flurry.
Straighten out those combinations.
All right, another deep one as they stand up.
Let's go right now. You ready?
Abel Sanchez, Joyce Yanovich in the corner for Terry Norris. Sugar Ray, final words for his boxer, Quincy Taylor, to go fourth round.
Well, I think both men have learned that the other man can whack.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to dictate a lot as to how the rest of this bout is fought.
Taylor gained the confidence in the first couple of rounds to attack Norris better, just to snapping right in the face there. But then Norris showed the deepness of the heart that he has, the way he battled back. And yet it hasn't slowed Quincy down a whole lot here in this fourth round. And how did you score that last one?
I gave it to Norris because he did very well early in the round, and then, though he was hurt for about a 35-second period, he came back well in the round. So I had to give him the edge by just a little bit.
He's doing well early in this round, too.
important for Quincy Taylor to know he can hurt him, though. There's one thing that Terry Norris is not doing, though. He's not getting his left foot outside the right foot of Quincy Taylor, is the way you're supposed to fight a southpaw, so they can land the left hook. Terry has a good left hook to the body and the head. But as you see in this shot, he's not able to get himself really in position to throw those punches. See that? And Taylor, very adept. He's been taught well, keeping himself on the outside of the ring.
Halfway in the fourth. I'll tell you, a couple of guys who've made a business of stopping other opponents and learn how to take a punch here tonight. It's had to.
It's possible neither man has been hit as hard as they have tonight. Beautiful right there.
Gets stung right there again. He's got Quincy in some trouble now. Norris pouring all over him with a minute to go in the round.
Norris a little wild. He too runs the risk of Taylor nailing him with something as he's coming in. Covers up well there, though.
Norris has much the best of it now. Chopping right hand lands as Taylor is wild and weak and coming back with 30 seconds to go in the round.
Body shot that might have been a little low. It seemed to hurt Norris, or maybe it was legal. Whatever, it hurt him to the body. I said Taylor was a good body puncher.
The combination off again forces Taylor to miss.
Someone is heading for the canvas pretty soon in this match.
Although it will not be in this round, the fourth it would appear, but very soon in the bout, as the accumulation of blows got to take their toll. That is the end of the fourth round. More to come. Stay with us from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas.
Look at Terry Norris landing that good straight right hand. That's what stunned Quincy Taylor. Then he landed some uppercuts, another short right hand, and he was all over Quincy. Quincy doing a nice job of holding on, and Norris, who has a good uppercut, using it effectively.
Norris on his feet. Taylor uses the stool of the last second as they appear for the fifth round.
Bout is a coming out party for one of these young men, maybe both of them, who knows, if it keeps going like this and it's an ebb and a flow and it's a close decision or whatever. Right at the moment, though, I have Terry Norris getting the edge, 39-37.
I certainly agree. Very big fourth round and began to dominate as far back as the second. There was a concern that Taylor was in a little over his head today. He's certainly not been outclassed, but he has been outpointed at this stage, and he has been hurt by Terry Norris. He has him on the ropes now and gets a good combination out, but Norris battles his way out of that, turns things around, and now goes to work at punishing Taylor.
I think the two key punches from Norris' standpoint for the rest of this fight, surprisingly, will not be the straight right hands. He's having a hard time landing those. They will be the uppercut on the inside there. He just misses with it. And the left hook. Those will be the punches that I think if Terry Norris is to be real effective or win by a knockout or hurt Taylor, and there's a half combination of an uppercut and a hook.
He jabs, and he finally comes up too close to bring the right hand through.
Differences here too, Don, is Quincy Taylor is backing up. He fights better coming forward, a lot better.
Yeah. Norris, with the experience, very much turning things to his advantage, dictating more and more as the bout continues.
And ironically, though one would think Taylor would be physically stronger. That's a good left by Taylor. It's Norris who's pushing him around a little bit. Well, could that straight left have turned things around again, though? No, I don't think so.
Well, with 15 seconds to go in the 5th round, young Quincy Taylor from Dallas, Texas, will have just equaled his entire rounds in the ring for the year 1988. He had fought just 5 until now, and he's halfway through this bout here.
Oh, the nation.
He used the uppercut, and there's the straight right. The punch I didn't think would be that meaningful, but when it follows an uppercut, it works for him. So Terry Norris with some nice combinations.
Quincy Taylor took those shots. Hurt, obviously, but in no danger of going down. So two guys have been dishing it out, have both shown that they can take it, although Taylor more so because he's had more to take from Terry Norris the first time of this bout, which has really gone longer than most at ringside expected.
There's the uppercut again by Terry Norris. As Taylor leans in. It's such a good weapon for him. And we saw the left before. There's the right one. And I've got the margin building for Terry Norris. A young man who now lives and trains out in San Diego with Joe Sayadovich and his ranch out there. Joe, quite a cowboy. There's a lot of people that watch our show know he's a great roper. He's going to be here in September with a team roping competition.
Norris gets the right on. Quincy avoids most of those. Quincy just turned 25. Norris is the younger with more experience at 21. Campo, California. Combination gets off nicely from Taylor. But you're right, when the war begins, no matter who starts it, it seems that Norris indeed gets the best of it. He turned around there.
Terry Norris as he pushes Taylor away.
Uppercut with the left hand thrown by Taylor.
And the hook by Norris. Look at those two left hooks nailing Taylor.
Again, Taylor might start it, but Norris is the man who usually will finish it. Again, getting off at the end of round 6.
But he walks back, wants to lure Taylor in, and then boom, he's going to land shots on Quincy Taylor. Counter shots. A strategic move on the part of Terry Norris, and he's done that about 3 times in this bout.
Here they are in the 7th round. Lo and behold, they just go the distance after all. These two knockout artists meeting head-on very early in their career. Certainly for Taylor, I think ideally he might have preferred to wait, get a few more big opponents under his belt before taking on Norris. Nonetheless, he is staying with him, but appears to be losing the battle as Terry is wearing him down.
Terry Norris moving ahead as far as I'm concerned. He's got him ahead now 59-55.
Norris train pulling out of the station. Now the talent's one thing. The experience is quite another. Not that Terry Norris has fought world contenders by any means. He simply had almost twice as many bouts as Quincy Taylor has.
He's had more bouts, and he's been in against guys like Derek Kelly, who lost to, and over 10, and at the Inglewood at the Forum in California, Nathan Dryer's a decent fighter. Clayton Hires, while he's not great, is okay. And if you just look down, there have been enough different styles and different veterans that it's helped Terry Norris at this point.
Past the halfway point of the 7th round.
You know, I'll tell you what, it's not that Quincy Taylor's fighting badly either. He's doing a lot of the things he wants to do. It's just the hand speed of Terry Norris, and I'll tell you what is also important is the foot speed. It's not that Norris is racing around this ring, but when he needs to get away from trouble, he is getting away from trouble.
Well, Norris characterized Taylor as having not great speed, but a hard puncher. That is checked out correctly. So Norris, therefore, has used his speed to advantage, and yes, he has hit a lot of pop to his punches, too. Watching the main event of Top Rank Boxing from Caesars in Las Vegas. Terry Norris, the black trunks, and yet Quincy Taylor in the white. Norris right now giving Taylor a boxing lesson.
It's a good match, as was our first match of the evening.
Taylor comes forward, but all the action comes from Norris as he blazes with both hands out of the corner. Works Taylor back to where he wants him, the center of the ring. Check in on the advice for Taylor now from Sugar Ray and Company.
To be very frank, he's winning the fight. You know why? Because he's still in the fight. He's throwing four punches to your one punch, Preston. He's trying to load up, baby. I need more combinations. All right, I need less frustration from you. When he's moving, baby, he's not doing anything. You got to jump on him. When he's moving to his right, jump on him, Preston. Don't let it fall away from him.
Sugar Ray said, I need more combinations from you. You sure do. That is one of the areas that he has not really done well. And keeping his hands up, it's been a mixed bag for Taylor, but he hasn't kept them up as much as he should. Norris has gotten the right hand in, and I believe he has definitely set a fast pace in this fight. It's added something else. He's throwing that uppercut very well.
Yeah, not just the right hand, the uppercut and those hooks have been wicked with the left hand.
Combinations, okay?
We're underway in round 8. Again, it's worth noting Quincy Taylor until tonight had only fought 20 professional rounds. Now he's up to his 28th. All of a sudden. A lot of fighters deny it. They say, no, limited time in the ring doesn't actually present a problem because I train so well, I spar so well, but I think when you get right down to it, there's nothing to substitute for actual ring experience. He is getting that tonight, but he is not winning the battle. Quincy Taylor of the white trunks. Southpaw from Dallas.
And as you point out, this is no man's land for him. Never past 6. As far as he has gone, and not only is he going as far as he's gone, he's in against the man who is beating him and who has been that distance certainly before.
There is surely no conditioning problem with Quincy. That isn't a factor. It's uncharted territory. The fact that Taylor is a southpaw has been really no problem whatsoever to Terry Norris. And a 5-point bulge you have, Al, after 7.
Yeah, that is quite unofficial, we should point out, but I think it's pretty obvious that in the recent rounds, Norris has been dominating. And in the last fight, hey, guess what? The judges and I agreed completely. It happens sometimes.
First time this year.
Well, and
no fault of your own, I might add.
Well, no, sometimes we're already in August, too. That's the sad part.
Yeah, you're just right on the button on the last fight. This was won by Javier Suazo over young Dick Tiger. By an average of 3 points from the 3 judges' scorecards. A little over a minute to go here in the 8th round.
There's the right hand by Norris. Quincy Taylor wearing down a bit here. He mentioned he's never been to this distance before, and he's taken certainly a lot more punishment than he's ever taken in any match in his life, that's for sure.
And I would think he would have to take Terry Norris out if he wants to win this bout and remain undefeated. That seems unlikely. Norris looks just too strong.
And too quick.
Yeah.
This is what they have been heralding from Terry Norris from the beginning, and we saw him early in his career. And really, except for that unfortunate incident with Joe Walker, every time we've seen Terry Norris, he's been impressive and looked good. He looked good against Walker, but as you saw him when he was on the mat, an episode he'd like to forget, and I'm sure one that he learned from.
So really, he only does have one legitimate loss. I mean, he did win that fight. It was just a careless action at his part that gave him the second loss in his career. It looks like his loss total is going to stay intact unless Quincy Taylor really turns this around in a hurry, but he is running out of time. There is the bell to end this, the 8th round. Norris to his corner now.
Good job, son. Good job. Hey, you're fighting an excellent fight. The only thing you need to do in the beginning of the round, a little more punches. You're not quite busy enough in the beginning of the round. Last half of the round, you're busy. How you feel?
Good.
All right, you got 2 rounds to go, son. We got 6 minutes of boxing. That's all. 6 minutes. Go out there and put it on this old boy for 6
Prove on that.
Yeah, or he won't be there long.
Come on.
Philadelphia's had a tough enough summer with the Phillies. They couldn't stand a rough ball with the Eagles.
Yeah, they're not the most charitable sports fans in the world.
Not exactly. Here's the 9th round.
Joe Sciadovich was charitable, and rightfully so, with Terry Norris, giving him positive reinforcement and saying, just keep what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
And do more in the early part of the round. He said you're coming back toward the end time, but you're very tentative starting around. So here's Norris trying to be a little busier early on.
Well, somewhere in that explanation, oh, he may have hurt Taylor. No, he slipped a little bit. Somewhere in that explanation, if you want to read between the lines, what he's really saying to Terry Norris is, hey, there's a bigger reputation across the corners than we have. And of course, he means Sugar Ray Leonard, and he means the Sugar Ray Leonard Boxing Club, and he's saying, make sure that there's no doubt that you're winning these rounds.
I think he has taken care of that already.
Well, I would tend to agree, but you know, when you're in a corner and your livelihood is dependent, and the future of Terry Norris is at stake, you want him to win those rounds decisively if you're in his corner.
Well, there's Terry and there's his brother Orlin, the big heavyweight. You'd have to think that Terry really does have the brighter future of the two right now. He's getting by this unbeaten opponent here, heading for his 17th win if he hangs in to get it, and it looks like he will. Better days are ahead.
Well, and Orlin, too, could be headed for some big paydays in the heavyweight division. His performance level in this couple hasn't been what it was before that, but he still has some shot at some big paydays in the heavyweight division. The other member of that stable, who was a former champion, Luke Aquino, looks like he's on the verge of maybe getting another title shot somewhere down the line. And for Quincy Taylor right now, the problem here is that he's got not enough hand speed to deal with Norris. There's a good left by Taylor, but it doesn't affect him. So he doesn't have the hand speed to land the combinations that Ray wants. And he's not hurting Norris with the single shots. And you look at Terry shaking his head. He's filled with confidence.
Contact with Norris. He takes it, gives him a left on the way in, but here's Norris who keeps on coming. They've got a brawl underway here late this 9th round.
Tell you, a lot of chances being taken by Terry Norris.
Too many.
Taylor's nailing him with big shots. Good right hook by Taylor. Wow.
30 seconds to go on the round. It's a situation that Norris, I'm sure, would hope to avoid, but he's into it.
Let no one say that either of these guys don't have heart. Here's Taylor. He's never been this far. He's in the 9th round, and I'll tell you, he's winning this round, and he's wailing away against Norris and taking shots, too.
I'll tell you, if this is any indication, the 10th and final round coming up is going to be a dandy, as Taylor will take it right to the wire in a hope to stop Norris and steal a win. Stay with us. We'll be right back to Vegas.
Here you see how Taylor turned things around in the last round with that good straight left hand. There would be more from Quincy Taylor. He says, don't count me out yet. Norris came back and landed some very good shots. Some of those landings, some not. There's the good left hand by Norris. And
Well, I'll tell
Taylor
you,
punctuating with the right hand.
Terry did not go into a shell when Quincy came after him. They touched gloves for the 10th and what should be a very busy final round. That is if Taylor has anything to say about it. I did not hear Sayanovich tell Norris to stay out of trouble, cautioning him after near danger in the 9th round. There's the left landed by Taylor again.
You know, interesting to me. Now, I'll tell you, they told Terry Norris that was great in that 9th round. I didn't think it was great. I have a lot of respect for Joe Sayanovich and Abel Sanchez, but boy, I wouldn't think it was great because why bother? Why go in there and get destroyed like that? I say destroyed. That's an overstatement. But he got nailed with some big shots. And in this round, Quincy Taylor coming back with shots. Not that Norris isn't landing. He is. But I guess it all depends on whether you think you got this fight in the bank. Maybe, they obviously don't think they do. And maybe they don't. It's just the way we're seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Norris a little reckless, I thought. But a big 9th round, it would appear, for Taylor, but he still trailed.
No, I gave Taylor the 9th round, but obviously I've still got him way behind. That could be a bigger margin than the judges have. And obviously, Terry Norris still in there wailing away, so whatever he's taken in the last round and a half hasn't affected him that badly, apparently.
Halfway through the round, Taylor still looks for that one big blow to turn this one around.
He's landed some awfully big shots this last 3 or 4 minutes of this fight.
Here's Norris welcoming it, almost saying, let's get it on.
And there's
the left hook.
A very nice left hook by Norris, and he goes to the body. That was one of the best sequences that Norris has had in this fight, and he's had some good sequences.
But the question is why? Why is he engaging in this kind of risk? The man of the power of Taylor.
Part of it may be marketability. They may feel, hey, Terry Norris is an exciting fighter, and let's show people and maybe get a knockout. But in the process, he may be taking some chances.
So the matchup of the two young KO artists, Norris and Taylor, that nobody figured would last very long, looks very much as though it's going to go to a decision. Just 30 seconds to go in the 10th and final round. It's been good action.
And boy, Don, it's not for lack of big punches being landed. There have been knockout punches landed, but nobody has gone. Nobody's gone down. Remember I said in the 4th round I thought somebody was headed for the canvas? Here we are in the 10th and nobody's gone down. Norris having a very good 10th round.
Yes, he is. And two quality fighters here who can take it as well as they can give it. They take it all the way to the 10th and final round bell, awaiting a decision, which surely should go in favor of Terry Norris. The crowd here, well, no question about them getting their money's worth on this card tonight.
That's for sure. They just drenched Terry Norris. I think you look at Quincy Taylor. Terry Norris is tired. He was draped over the rope here. It's Joe Sayanovich and Abel Sanchez trying to just get him some energy.
Look how tired he is.
Yeah, that says it all, doesn't it? He poured a lot of effort into those last several rounds.
He threw such a marvelous variety of punches. He became the attacker, he became the counterpuncher, and did both with a lot of skill and ability. Most of all the heart, because Taylor obviously had to knock him out the last 2 rounds, and Norris didn't back off one bit. He stayed there, battled with him, and he won that last round, having lost the 9th.
And you have to give Taylor credit for the fact that in those last couple of rounds, he made a serious effort to try and win this fight, landed some good shots, and as we said, had never been past 6 rounds before. So they've got the decision, and I guess we have a feeling the way we know it'll go.
Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Art Lurie scores about 97-94. Judge Bill Graham scores at 97-94. And Judge Lou Tabbitt scores at 96-94 for your winner by unanimous decision, Terry Norris.
Hey, pretty close.
Closer than you made it, actually. One was just a 2-point margin.
Wow.
But Norris, on all 3 cards, got the win here in the main event. A Top Rank Boxing, and Las Vegas tonight. So Norris runs his record to 17-2. Quincy Taylor takes his first loss. And now we'll be right back to talk to Terry Norris in just a moment. Stay with us.
Taylor, gracious to stand in here after that tough loss, and we appreciate it, Quincy, you coming by to talk to us. It looked like ultimately one of the things that gave you troubles in this match was his hand speed. Was that more than you thought it would be?
Yeah, it was. I thought the guy we're working with, I thought his hand speed was, he had a little more hand speed than I expected him to.
He was able to, in addition to landing some right hands, the uppercut troubled you, although you also landed a good uppercut. Did you expect him to have that punch on the inside so well?
Well, not really. I thought he was going to try to do a lot more moving, but he had a little uppercut that kind of caught me off balance.
It looked like you hurt him a little bit early in that fight. I think it was about the third round. Did you think you had him in trouble there?
Well, I knew I had him in trouble, but he's been in the ring been in 10 rounds before long, and I have.
Right.
And I seen that would have helped him.
Yeah. Let's take a look a little bit of you doing some work, some good work here with Terry. He hit you with the right hand, but you were able to come back with your own straight left. You landed some good left hands in the fight.
Yeah, but I was leaning too much. I was leaning down too much. I didn't throw it the right way I was supposed to.
Did you, I know Ray and the other people in your corner were calling for more combinations, and we indicated before the fight that would be a key for you. Early, you did throw the combinations. Then it seemed like in the third, fourth, fifth round, it stopped.
Yeah, I just got back on track like I was daydreaming a little bit. So.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you'll be back again. Did you learn a lot from this fight?
Yeah, I learned an awful lot from this fight.
Okay, well, thank you for coming by, and congratulations on a good effort in any case. Now, we'd like to bring in Terry Norris if we can. Terry, of course, performing probably as well as he has ever performed as a professional against a very tough man. Terry, congratulations. A big win for you. You look like, after he maybe stunned you early, and maybe it was the third round, I think, you look like you took complete control of the fight after that, although the scores didn't indicate that, amazingly enough.
First of all, I'd like to give thanks to my Savior. Yeah, he stunned me a couple, he stunned me a little bit, but I knew I had to suck it up to come back. But, yeah, when he got some power.
He certainly does. You did a couple of things well in this bout. You counterpunched extremely well, and you even were so confident that at certain points you were kind of playing possum on him. He'd hit you with a shot, you'd back up against the ropes to try and lure him in and then counterpunch.
Yeah, I was trying to get the leverage off the ropes so I could catch him with a good right hand. But he didn't really, when he hit me, it was more of a hard punch. It wasn't like dazed, he didn't have any sting, and it was like he hurt, the punches, he had the power like the hurting punches. But I played possum on him a lot, trying to get him so I could counter and try to get him with a good shot so I could, finish him off. Okay. But it never did come, it never came.
All right, 22 years old, the future of Terry Norris looks pretty bright. Joe Sayadovich, what about his next move?
Well, his next move is going to be for the California title in California. We're going to fight there. Fought a tremendous fight tonight. I thought he won it more handily than the judging showed, but that's why we sent him out there in the 9th and 10th round hard, because we're fighting against a named corner, and we just come to fight, and the kid come to fight, and he done the job. But his California title's the next shot for him.
Okay, can he fight for a world title? How soon?
Well, we'll fight for a world title when we get offered one.
Okay, congratulations. Good win for you, Terry Norris. Terry Norris, yeah, he thought he needed those last few rounds, and maybe he did on some of the judges' scorecards. In any case, a big win for him. We'll be back with a final word.